Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place.StampingUp.net, and I am going to show you how I made the bigger box for my ornaments. I've been making these little ones and I did a video on this, and I told you in there I was going to show you how I made the big ones. So I'm going to show you how I made the big ones. This is my little sample one. So I'm going to show you now how I did this box. Before we get started, if you see any product that you'd like to purchase here today, you can go to use this hostess code, go to Bonnie's Creative Place StampingUp.net, and the hostess code is TPD7MGQJ, and it's good till tomorrow, October 28th, and then I'll have a new one up. So for this box, you need a full sheet of cardstock that is 12 by 12. I'm going to be using Whisper White. Then you need a piece of 8.5 by 8.5, or not 8.5, 8 by 8. 8 by 8 piece of cardstock, and I'm using Pacific Point. And you need this for the lid. Then you need a piece of 6 by 6 paper, and this is for the holder inside. And then you will need some decorative pieces to decorate your box by, and I've got 4 of this pattern, and this came out of the Snowflake Splendor pattern that they have, and this is on sale right now until the end of the month at 15% off. So if you want to grab some, grab it. And I've got 4 in this pattern, and then I got 1 in this pattern, because you need one. I want 1 for the top of my lid, and I want 4 for the side of my box. Now you can do the lid and the inside piece all in the designer series paper if you want. You could do the outside of the box in the designer series paper, but I think the cardstock is thicker if you're going to be putting anything heavy in it. And I don't know, I just like the look of it, so that's how I do it. But you can do it the other way. So for the bigger piece, the 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, I'm going to bring in the Simply scoring tool. Make sure it's all the way over, and I'm going to score at 4 and 6, or 4 and 8. 4 and 8, and then you're going to turn it, and you're scoring again at 4 and at 8. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and I don't need this piece anymore, or the Simply Score. Now I'm going to use the score board or cutter. And on the 8-inch side, or the 8 by 8 piece, this is for the lid, we need to score at 1 and 15/16. Now I know you guys don't like to do 16ths, but you kind of got on this one. So it's the line right after the 2. So, or before the 2, not after, before. So it's the line right before the 2, and I like to line it up all the way up, because one good thing Stampin' Up! With this score, it shows right there too, so that way you really know that you are on that line. So we're going to score that all the way around on all of the sides, all 4 sides. Okay, so I did that all the way around, and this is my lid. Now for the inside of the box, the little holder, you need a piece that is 6 by 6. And now for the inside of the box, we need to score this at 1/8 on all 4 sides. So 1/8 is the tick mark right in the middle. It's 2 tick marks past the 1 is 1/8. So line it all the way up to that one too, and then you're going to score, and you're going to do that on all 4 sides. Okay, so there we have it. So now what we're going to do is, while we have this out, there's 3 different kinds of size of circles that you could put in the middle of this. There's 3 different sizes of the circle, scalp circle framelit dies that Stampin' Up! Sells. You can either do the one that is 3 1/4, that will fit in here, and you'll still give you a little bit of edge. Then you can put, the one that I'm going to use is 3 inches. So this is the one I'm going to use. And then there's also this one that makes it a little bit smaller, and you can do that one, and it's about almost 2 3/4. So these were estimated sizes, but I want this one because I want my jar to fit down in there. So I made this box a little bit bigger. Yes, the jars will fit in these, but the problem is that if you decide to decorate the jar to, like, the lid and put a little cloth or anything on it, then you want a little bit more room. So that's why I'm doing a bigger box. So now we're gonna just put this on, and we're gonna bring in the Stamp and Score Emboss machine. And we need platform 1, platform 2, platform 5, and we also are going to need platform 3. But before we put that down, we need to put in our 6x6 paper, put this in the center, and then I am going to scan or emboss this or cut this across. So just like that. So now we have our hole in the middle. You can keep this for something else. Use it for the top if you're going to make your own tags. Some homemade tags, that'd be cute. And then I just like to hand score on these. I don't know, I just don't need to break down the fibers a lot when I'm doing it, or make it to stay. Now, find my scissors here. Now we're going to cut on this one. We're going to cut up. The design is just the same as I did on the other one. We're just using different measurements for the piece. Now we're going to do the lid, and we're going to do the same thing. So now we're going to bring in our bigger piece, our Whisper White, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut up on one side. I'm not cutting in. A lot of people want to know if I'm cutting in the score line or out of the score line. I'm cutting on the side of the score line here, and then I'm cutting on this side of the score line and cutting out that little bit of a piece. That's what I'm doing. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to score on all the score lines. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put my Designer Series paper on all 4 of these while it's laying flat. And I'm going to do it in front of me, closer, because the last time when I did it, I felt like I had, after the video, I fixed some because they were on there kind of crooked. So I want to make sure, oops, I cut these exactly 4 by 4. See, good thing I looked, because you don't want these 4 by 4. We want these a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut them down 1/4 inch. So I want them 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So there's this one. It's got stuff on it. Okay, because I already put glue. Good thing I'm catching this. Learn from my mistake. And I'll check the lid when I'm done. But I know the sides now. Since I did it, you want these 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. If you want it a little wider than what, this is just going to give it a tiny edge. But if you wanted it wider than this one, you could go down to 3 1/2 if you want it this wide. But I just took a little bit off them. Change it up. I mean, you can do whatever you want to decorate them. I'm just... Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some, we're going to flip it back over first because I like to check it. And I'm going to put it in this way. So when I put this one up, I like to make sure I have my glue at the top and one at the bottom. You can put one in the middle if you want, but I'm just going to put them at the top and at the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this one and bring it up and we're going to line up the corners just like we did. Just line up the corners, and I'm just kind of holding it there. I'm not pushing anything down yet. Just going to bring this up, line up the corner, and I kind of push the corner into that. Then I'm going to bring this one up and this one in. I'm lining up the corner, and then I bring this one in and I line up the corner. And then I take my hand in here, or you could take your bone folder, whatever you want, and push down on it. So there is the box. Okay, now let's put the lid here. Let me see, I think I want this one still 4 by 4. Yes, I'm going to keep my lid 4 by 4. It's going to fit the whole thing perfectly. Push them down. Okay, and now we have this really pretty cool lid that fits right on top, just like that. You could put a decorative ribbon around this when you get ready, or you could even stamp on this part if you had some snowflakes or something before you put it together. The ideas for this are endless. So and like I said, go around and push these down, and this fits right in here, just like that. It's a little loose, but it's okay. Your thing that you put in here is not going to go away. You put your jar in there, you have room to put your lid if you decorated it up or whatever, and then you can put this in there. So this is my version of a bigger box. I hope you've enjoyed the last 2 videos on these, and I thank you for stopping by. If you'd hit the little pink square to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And please share, share, share. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So thanks everybody. Bye-bye.